So what's up YouTube, it's the Night Saint here, back with another video, and this video is going to be about minding your business, paying attention to the business that pays you, or what's that quote? I don't know, my bad for fucking this shit up, but overall it's a quote from the Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, and he was speaking about how people's actions aren't yours. Don't waste your time, that is their problem. And I guess that's really just speaking about minding your own business. Don't worry about what people be doing with their life and how they be fucking their life up, or in any mistakes with them. Like people, I think people are very judgmental of other people's decisions and what they do with their life when it's not yours. It's like their life, unless they are in your proximity enough in your everyday life that they close to you, their actions don't have no bearing on you. So you really shouldn't be worried about it in the first place. Like all that is causing extra stress on you as an individual, because you're worried about somebody else and how they are handling a situation or a problem. Like, and I think we all been there, right? Like I said, when people tell you, I think we feel obligated when people ask for advice, or we feel obligated when people talk to us about situations that they want advice for them. And that's crazy, because I was talking to my mom about this morning, and she was like, and I ain't come to the realization, but it's something I always just noticed, that really some people only just want to hear themselves talk. They want to hear themselves talk, and they want to get advice, and they don't want to get advice. They just want to hear themselves talk, and just, because more times, often than not, they always got their mind, they already got their mind made up about what they will do and what they won't do. And you wasting your time to tell people things, even though I'm split on that idea in itself, because even when you tell people things, even though they may not take it now, they may take it in the future. So I'm always an advocate for planting the seed in somebody's mind about a certain thing to do. But at other times, I'm like, I don't want to waste my time and talk to somebody that's not hearing it. And I kind of get that's kind of like where the older generation don't want to talk to younger people, is because most of the younger generation don't want to hear it. They have so many, and it's understandable why they don't want to hear it, especially come from an older generation that really are frauds themselves, and they are very egotistical as well, and they can't get past themselves, and they think they know everything. It's like there's no middle ground for the younger generation or the older generation. Now, of course, it takes for a mature older generation and a younger generation to come to a middle ground, but for the most part, you're not gonna find that. Like, I can say I mature. For my age, I'm very mature. So that's why I'm always looking for a middle ground when I'm talking to, let's say, my elders or anybody that's maybe older than me. I'm always taking advice just because that's how I am as an individual. But for the most part, people don't want to hear that. People don't want you to judge them, but they'll tell you everything about them. They'll tell you everything about themselves, and then expect you to be okay with it. And some people really are some fucked up people. But you have to realize that, like, you as an individual have zero space to be judging or talking about anybody, or even worrying about what they are doing with their own life, even if they tell you. And it's kind of messed up just because, like I said, they put you in a position where you feel obligated to, but you should never. What people tell you and what people offer up to you, it's like never, like, how can I say this? You don't have to respond to them. You don't have to accept them. You don't have to take them in. You don't have to even offer advice or even be a helping ear to them, even though you may be deemed as a bad person. But I mean, just in the reality of life, it's like it's always some shit going on. There's always life going on. There's always hecticness going on. And let's be honest, a lot of people really are only here to distract you and keep you from what you should be doing. And when people have problems and situations, they just want to hear themselves talk. They don't want to even. Some people be going through fucked up shit, and they will rather go through it and keep complaining than to fix the problem and the solution. So why should you care if they don't want to fix the problem to begin with? It's like you just giving your time to somebody that's just going, not in a sense resent you. That's like more like a closer bond, but just people that just here to waste your time and not even in it to even take your advice. It's just literally to waste your time. So with that, you should never really take or put much energy into just people and their problems, because people already have their mind made up. They already are certain about what they are going to do about said problem. And the more that you even thinking about it, is the more you stressing your own self out. While they have this normal level of stress, you having this, I guess, this more greater sense of stress because you worrying about this problem, worrying about how a person is going to handle this problem. And I guess this is, and it's kind of crazy because it's more about that having more than empathic people, like people that's just very empathetic to people and apathetic, and they just feel for people in their situations. But more time often than not, you just being used. And I guess I seen Kevin Gates say, he was like, a taker always can like recognize a giver. And I think that to a certain extent, that's really what it is. Like, I'll be at work, not to be, I'll be like, it's kind of crazy how even unconsciously as individuals we make these agreements. And if you've never read the book like The Four Agreements, it's like how laws are like agreements that everybody either consciously accept it or they unconsciously accept it. Like words, mean certain things and we just take them in. We don't sit here and debate them. You know, it should be this, it should be this. It just, we take them and then we go about our day. And when I see two people having a conversation, and it be like some deep conversation, I'll be realizing that, like, you know, some people, like, even though for the surface it may seem deep at a certain extent or to a certain extent, people just really just be talking just to hear themselves talk. Some people just really need that outlet to talk. And I'll be ignorant and I'll be just really negative to be like, well, you know, people, at least people are getting it out. But I think the part of me, like the problem solver in me, the perfectionist in me, like the part of me that always want to see things come full circle will be like, well, shit, are you gonna finish that? Are you gonna finish the story? Or are you gonna make it come full circle? Or are you just hearing yourself? Or are you talking to somebody to make yourself feel like you actually actively trying to fix a problem? And then I think that's part of my problems. Like I want things to be fixed. I don't want things to keep going in this perpetual cycle of like, oh yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that. If you want to do this, do this. If you feel like this is the best thing to do this. Don't just keep harping on something, wanting something to change, but deep down you really don't want nothing to change. You just like the drama, you just like the suffering, you just like the problem. Like that's what I think a lot of people like. So yeah. So that's why you really shouldn't care about other people's lives, other people's mistakes and decisions, because it has nothing to do with you. You gotta learn to respect people and respect their life and whatever they choose to do with it. Like, because it really has nothing to do with you. And you should always, of course, you know, there's going to be people that you care about that you want to make sure that they're good, but you got to realize and you have to a certain extent, be able to disassociate with what they are going through to keep your own sense of peace. Of course, you care about them, but you got to realize you cannot allow yourself to be sucked in from. You got to allow yourself to still be able to vibrate higher, but, you know, of course, when you're doing some special type of work, you got to be able to drop down temporarily, and then you got to go right back up when, you know, these type of situations are done with. So, yeah. So if y'all like the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Thank you.